Before we get started, I just want to let everybody know we're doing 15% off the entire apparel in our store. I'll put a link down at the bottom. Promo code WELDER, capitalized all the way across, okay? So everybody, go check that out. See if there's anything you like. Winter's coming, and hopefully that's going to help you out. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into this wedges. Right here at the beginning of this episode, we're actually on the drill pad, and we're going to go ahead and get some stuff welded up, and then we're going to go ahead and start talking about some wedges. So everybody be blessed and enjoy. We'll talk to you later. See you. Good morning. Good morning, family. Jared's getting ready to go paintballing here. Let me show you.
I wear them because I'm scared that the bugs will fly into my eyes.
Oh, man. We like to have a good time over here in Colorado. Yeah. We have a good time. Anyways, everybody, we are on the upper drill pad right now. We are tying in these 2 meter houses. So we got to tie in that one to this existing one, which is going to be right here. So, look at that gorgeous sunrise. Oh, God bless America. Anyways, we got to tie in here. We got us a flange, 6-inch pup, 90, runs straight down. Yeah, underground, runs over there, comes up to a T, which is basically like this, except without this, none of that, just a T. Comes up to a bleeder, and then ties in right over there to that flange, right there. Look at that old scooter. Gosh dang, she is just a running son of a. Hey, Connor. Okay. The old girl's been running for a while. She's plenty warm.
We're gonna let her cool back down.
Quiet down, old. I'm gonna call her Laura Darling.
Why?
Cause, as you recall off of Lonesome Dove, Laura, she's awesome. She's like tough as nails.
She's the prostitute.
Yeah. So she makes her money doing things.
She works hard.
She works hard for her money. But that's what we're going to call her. Because she rides for free, but she still has to make money. Laura Darling.
Laura Darling.
Hell yeah. It's been a fantastic morning already. We're just getting right after it. No doubt about it. What's the plan for today's adventures?
We're gonna make as much money as we physically can.
You see why he's my helper and my brother?
And my brother. It came with the brother part.
Yeah, that's right. We were kind of raised that way. Like, without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
So, for everybody that doesn't know, I am the oldest of 10 kids. Okay, 10 babies. I was a baby myself. Still am, is what my mom says. Because my mama loves me. And Jared is
the
7th. Jed's 2nd. Daniel is
the
6th. So that's everybody that you guys have met so far. So, anyways, just so everybody knows, my dad owned his own hardwood floor company since he was 18 years old. Still does. And my brothers and me that's what we started with. We started working on that. And that is when it triggered in our brains that we don't want to do this forever.
Pretty much. We want to make money work for us, not us work for money.
That's right. So we kind of restarted. I am the first generation pipeline welder, fabrication welder, flow line welder in our family, and I have been helping my brothers ever since get involved in it. Jed's welding. Jed's getting it. Uh-oh. Here comes our stuff. Check it out. Come on with it, Primo. You got it, old son. Look at it. Hope not. Do you remember that time Dad bought slingshots and stuff, and we were going to go out and paintball, and that's all we wore were glasses? I smoked him in the face. I freaked out, number one, because my dad gets super aggressive.
No, he gets excited, not aggressive.
Yeah, he gets excited, but then it's like battle to the end, okay? And so it gets super scary. check out all these stickers, you guys. We're hammering. We're just getting a mountain of stickers. Coke? Yes, please. Let's get it.
Let's go play some tennis. That's my tennis cards. You know, racquetball, goggles.
Hey, really quick, we're just getting done with work and getting ready to do this. So we're going to talk about wedges really fast. Guys, if any of you know me, I am freaking, my wedges are kind of a touchy subject. I haven't really found a really good wedge until just lately, and I'm going to tell you where you can go ahead and find it. Let me get this guy to pass it. I'm headed back. So, really fast on the wedges. I've got some B&B wedges, Matthew Dearman wedges, H&M wedge, and then the guy that I'm going to tell you about, his name is Zach Bonham. And I got his website and everything where you can kind of go and order his wedges, and I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about them. But guys, I want to start with the B&Bs. B&Bs make a great wedge. They're more of kind of a spacing wedge to where, like, it on your front end cruise, you just tell them basically what size gap you want. Do you want a 332? Do you want this, this, this? Okay, 332 might be just a little big unless you're running some really big pipe, and then you're going to need kind of a bigger gap. But they also make different size ones. So I'm just going to kind of come up here and show you. They're called a step wedge. So, as you can tell, they're stepped all the way down it. Great wedges. They're good wedges when it comes to basically starting with the gap you want to start with. All right. Now, as far as beating them into something, it's super severe on the end. I'm going to see if I can get this to come up. Super severe on the end, and then it goes into this space right here. Well, if you need a bigger gap than that, you have got to pound that wedge all the way in till you can start into the ace and into the 532s. You got to pound all these in so far before you can even start wedging into the next gap. That's the only downfall I've really had with these is if you've got to go farther than a 332, say a fitting's welded on a little crooked or something, you've got to basically pound that thing in a ½ inch to an inch to get into the next part of it. Matthew Dearman. Now, this has been a great wedge. This is an awesome wedge. This is their bigger modeled wedge, all right? The only thing I've noticed with the Matthew Dearmans is that when you go to open up a gap, it's so severe on the angle of grind that it moves a lot of material, and you don't have very much wedge in there, if that makes sense. So they do make a thinner wedge, which this is a great wedge, and it is ground way back. I mean, the end of the grind is right there, all right? I mean, that's 2 inches worth of laid back grind. Only thing is they bend pretty easy, all right? Once they've bent once, they're pretty much, you got to have a pretty good gap to before you go to try to pound one of these back in. It's just too gosh dang windy out here, so I'm going to take all this back to the house, and we'll see you guys at the trailer. We are back. We got away from the job, and it was just blowing like crazy. I couldn't get the audio to really pick up me. Just got done shooting too. And so then I came back to the house and I tried doing it at the house, and it was just freaking moving the trailer, and you could hear it ripping, and I was just like, alright. So it's the next day, and we are back after talking about our wedges. It's still ripping like crazy outside, but we're not going to wait anymore. We're just going to get after it. So, when I left off at the job, everybody had already left, and we were just sitting there recording this, trying to get this done, and then we were going to head home. But when we left off, I left off with the H&M wedges. H&M builds a wedge that I really like. And I believe this is an H&M too. I can't really remember. But, guys, these have been my favorite wedges up to this point. They're great freaking wedges and tough. The only thing is, I think sometimes they over-temper them and they're pretty brittle. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right here. So this is a wedge that I either got it in a tight spot and accidentally hit it a little wrong and broke it off, which is just going to happen. That's just part of it. Or I can't really remember what happened right there. But some of my H&Ms, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you get some really good freaking wedges, and they last for flipping ever. I've had a wedge, this wedge right here. Great wedge. I'm trying to get everything to focus, you guys. Great wedge. It's been with me for a couple years now. Super nice wedge. H&M Pipe Beveling Machine Company Incorporated. So, just right there. Boom. Okay, both of these are H&Ms. The reason I do like these is they are ground back extremely far. I mean, that's probably 2-3 inches, probably 3 inches right there worth of being ground back. This one's ground back even farther. That thing's almost probably 4 inches right there. Okay, they're really nice freaking wedges. They don't move a lot of material all at once. You can really, I mean, they're really tough for that reason. So if you're looking for a really good wedge, an H&M wedge is a great wedge. All these wedges have their places. They're all great wedges. Just up to this point, my H&Ms have been my favorite. Now, I have a kid. Well, let's see. Zach Bonham. All right, you guys. I have a guy. Now we're going to talk about it. His name is Zach Bonham. His website. Now, before I go into this, I want to make this very clear. I do not get paid to sponsor this. I do not get, I am not guaranteeing anything from this guy. So if you get a hold of him, this is on you guys, all right? I'm not guaranteeing nothing. Dang, sun came out. No, it's too bright behind me, huh? Okay, so that takes all liability off of me. What he has sent me so far is he sent me some wedges, and they are so far the best wedges I've had. They're not real big wedges, which means you can't really like hit one and tweak it off too far. What I believe they are made of is leaf spring material, which leaf spring material is some tough freaking stuff. It is way tough. Okay, so this is about a 2-inch wide by about a 4-inch wedge right here. This is just a little too big for what I'm doing right now, but I mean, when we start getting into like 14-inch, 24-inch, I mean, this stuff is that's gonna be a dang good wedge. Now, the other one he's building is about 3/4 to an inch wide and about the same length, all right? One of the things I love about these wedges is they are beveled on both sides. Let me see if I can get that to focus. Meaning that it is ground on both sides of the bevel and it comes up into the middle. It makes hitting these and tweaking them into the bevel a lot harder to do. Now the sun is gone. Let me bring you back up to the light. Okay. This so far has been my best wedge. The only pet peeve I have about this wedge is the bevel is not ground severe enough to make a real good edge on this. All right. Now we're talking on the H&Ms. I mean, that thing ain't even a 16th. That's probably like that's probably a 32nd of a grind, okay? It's pretty sharp on the edge, and it makes getting into those tight bevels, especially when you're running a really small gap, it makes getting in there a lot easier. These ones, I mean, we're talking a 16th before you can even get into a bevel. So when you have a tight bevel, this ain't going to work that good. So what I did, and you got to be really careful about doing this, is I took a flapper disc and I just slowly started sanding these down to where they had a tighter bevel, a sharper point, if that makes sense. So the way you can get a hold of Zach. Now, like I said, I really like his wedges. So far, they've been just fabulous. They're awesome wedges. Now, he is doing a 10% off if you use the promo code WELDER. And I think it looks like it's all capitalized WELDER. And they're $30 each. And I don't know if it's for the little ones or the big ones, or maybe you get a set. I'm not sure. You're going to have to look into that. But his website is ZJ creates.com. Now I'm going to put a link down at the bottom. And if you guys are looking into these wedges, go ahead, get a hold of him, ask him the questions you want to ask him, and see what he says. Okay? As far as all the wedges I have explained to you, I'm going to try to find them on Amazon, stick them in the links at the bottom, and that way you guys can go ahead and find those, alright? But as of so far, these Zach Bonham wedges have been the toughest. They take the most abuse, and I mean, I'm telling you, the dude forged them out and heat treated them, and they're freaking tough. They're a tough wedge. So anyways, you guys, everybody be blessed. Like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends, and we'll talk to you later.